Well, good evening, Chameleon Academy. It is very good to be here. You notice we are in a different position. Well, that is because we are going to be doing some fecals tonight. You're thinking, oh my goodness, what have I run? What have I walked into? Yes, well, if you're not part of the Chameleon community, you may not realize how wonderful that statement is to us chameleon people. But I will explain. Just hang tight. Do not be disgusted. Well, you can be disgusted a little bit, but I will explain. But everybody, this is the Chameleon Academy office hours that happens every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're watching this in replay, know that this happens live every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, and this is where we talk. I don't do a whole lot of answering of questions in email and DMs, and this is where I want to talk about things so the entire community can be part of it and can benefit from any discussions we have. And so this is where you can ask whatever chameleon questions you want. And sometimes I do fun stuff like I just got some my first fur bifidus in. And I don't have pictures. I will be posting pictures of them and all that kind of stuff. But the important thing is that I got fecals I got 3 fecals. And so I decided, and that's really important because you want to know what parasites they have so we can take care of the parasites. And so the reason why we get so excited when we have these fecals is because we can figure out what parasites they have and we can start right away to treat those parasites. And so that's why we're so excited. And I'm just going to do it here on camera because that's the kind of exciting edge of the seat thrills that you get here at the Chameleon Academy. So let me check the chat. This is happening on Instagram and it's happening on the Chameleon Academy live YouTube channel. Instagram people, if you want a rip-roaring, more engaged discussion, go find Chameleon Academy Live. There's 2 channels, Chameleon Academy and Chameleon Academy Live. Find Chameleon Academy Live and join what's going on there. A lot of the comments come from there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. James 3 is now on his drive to Utah. Exciting. You're saying, what the heck, Utah? What's going on? We are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Chameleon Academy. Yes, this outreach that you're part of right now, this was started in 2015, and it has gone through a number of different changes and morphs, and it has grown and expanded. It's become an incredible, multifaceted outreach that started with one little podcast in 2015, the Chameleon Breeder Podcast. Ooh. And so we are meeting at the reptile room, Clint's Reptiles Reptile Room. Clint's Reptiles from YouTube, Clint Laidlaw. I've gone to he has allowed me to use his reptile room for the 10th anniversary celebration. So we're all going to go there and we're going to play with the reptiles. And there is a chance that he may show up and be there and say hello to us. So that would be cool. Not counting on it. Don't know what his schedule is, but he may be there. But James 3 is on his way. That's exciting. Eliza Ann is here on time. Oh my goodness. So yes, I'm going to be leaving day after tomorrow. And the festivities start on Friday and they go to Saturday night. So, oh, James is going to be driving from Wisconsin and stopping at the Omaha Zoo. Oh, nice. That's nice. Get to go to a zoo. And Way to Beat Us is here and says smash the like because that's what he does. That's what he does every single time. We can count on him. And when he doesn't do it, people start asking, hey, where's Wayne Beatties? He has carved for himself a place in legend. Oh, hi, CNC tortoises. All right, just going to go through. Mikey Ben says, showed my mom the fecal. James posted in a circle. Her reaction was priceless. Yes. A number of us have been getting our first fur bifidus in from a shipment. We decided we're going to do a grassroots breeding effort for Versus bifidus. And so they've been coming in. And I am on, of course, I did the digital course, Hunting Microscopic Chameleon Parasites. And so we all hang out at that course. There's a forum that goes with the course so you can talk about what's going on. And so there's been a lot of sharing. And so, and after I deal with this, there'll be more sharing, I bet. Let's see. Lisa's got a question. What is the size difference between a large veiled and a female Parsons? Never seen a Parsons, so trying to get an idea. You can say a large veiled gets pretty big, especially if we're talking about a male, but a female Parsons will body slam that large veiled and make him beg for mercy. They're pretty beefy, muscular, beefy. So they've got some heft to them. As far as size wise, they're not, they may be, they're longer, but they're definitely stockier. Yeah. I wouldn't want to mess with the female Parsons in a back alley. Let's just say that. Bill, how's your new bifidus doing? They are recovering. I've got one that the tail the tail's been injured. I don't know if it's going to have to be amputated. We will see. Hello, Matthew. Coco the Cam says, how's Dorito doing? Dorito is doing well and is eating just like Dorito should. Steve Hefner says, I'm trying to wake up James Cross. Yeah, someone has to. See what that guy's doing. Where is the guy? Bill, I cannot figure out how to pay through PayPal. I may have to have my daughter to Zelle you if I cannot go. How can I make sure you know it's my payment? We'll work it out. You just tell me what name it's coming under. And so, yes, that's a little bit of business as far as for this weekend. We usually don't do business here, but this is the 10th anniversary. We have some exceptions. So yeah, Alicia, just send it and just let me know where it came from. And if I see a payment that I'm going, what the heck is this? I'll wait until somebody says, hey, did you get the payment? And they'll say, okay, we can connect the two. Yeah, we're pretty informal here. We can roll with the punches. Hey, Annabellistic, Annabelle. Oh my goodness. Good to see you. Tanaman is asking, can an ambilobe pair with a no-see? No-see what? But that doesn't matter. Yes, the answer is yes. The question is, should you? And is it a good idea? Both not logistically, both marketing-wise and ethically. I know there's a lot of people that are going to argue ethics, and I don't want to get into that because, it's a big, long discussion. It's just more of, do we really want to cross the locales? Because once they're crossed, they can't be uncrossed. But I would tell you, if you were thinking about doing it because you just happen to have the two, it will be very difficult to sell the babies, especially the females. And for that, I suggest you don't do it, because you will be stuck with panthers that you can't sell, and you're going to have to sell them to a pet store, and then they're going to sell them out. They may just say, oh, okay, this is an ambilobe, and then people get it and they don't know what they've got. The whole panther locale thing is kind of it's a real tricky thing for us to deal with. But at this point, we should avoid crossing them by all means, unless you have a specific plan. For example, Camouflage, they know exactly where they're going to be selling their babies. Camouflage can pull it off. If you don't have an established market, I wouldn't do it, because then you're going to be stuck with babies. And throughout my 40 years, the one truth is, once a breeder is stuck with babies, they stop being a breeder, for good reason. You don't want to make more babies. So It's a good idea not to get yourself in that situation. Ambulobe plus ambulobe would be better. Yes, yes. Ambulobe, perfect. Nocibe, perfect. Because then you can sell them as ambulobe, and then people will buy them. And then people will say, okay, I can use the female in my breeding project. If you have an ambulobe and a nocibe, I'm just assuming that's the noci. It could be nocifile, whatever. If you have that mix, then people can't include those females in their breeding program. And so you're going to have to find people who want a female as a pet. They're out there. A lot of people in my community do that, but finding them as a breeder that doesn't have an established presence in the community, that's going to be really tough. So that's my suggestion for your mental health, I guess I'd say, and for the community. Just keep the locales separate for now. Artsy's Chameleon says, "Hey Bill, how are you? Do good, sir. I'm doing great. I am doing great. And you know what? We're gonna be looking at poop today. Oh boy. Oh, hey, Marchand says Zell has a memo line. That's right. Zell has a memo line. At least on mine it does. Lisa loves the description. So, oh, Nick sent a female first for Antimena to her new home. Excellent. Hey, Mason's Turtles. Good to see you. Tony C, I can't be there, but I bought a Chameleon cookie cutter, and my daughter will make some cookies for 10th anniversary, so we'll at least be somehow part of it. Yes, good. We're having people, we are going to have a live on Saturday night. I believe I was supposed to figure that out today, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. But I think we'll figure out what time. We'll do a live session so everybody can be there. Now it's going to be on YouTube. I'm not going to be able to do it on Instagram as well. So find the YouTube, the Chameleon Academy live channel on YouTube, so we can all be there. Whew. Sakshamungru is in the house. And I like it when Sakshamungru is in the house because then I can say that name, and I practiced and now I'm good at it. And so I like to use it. Is covering plant substrate with rocks a myth? Do you believe in the risk of impaction? Oh my goodness, Sakshamungru, way to bring the controversy. Wow. All right, let's do this. Okay. So what Sakshamungru is talking about is people are concerned about chameleons, say, zapping a cricket that's on dirt and then getting dirt inside of their body and getting impaction because the dirt can't get through. It's going to stick, and that's not good. So it's a concern. That's a valid concern. You don't want your chameleon to have impaction. Now, how dangerous is that really in our chameleon cages, or is this just us overreacting? So I will say a chameleon that is healthy, hydrated, can pass a little bit of dirt with no problem. So the question is, number one, do you want to risk it? And how confident are you in your husbandry? Well, I hope you're confident in the husbandry. I don't like to recommend Band-Aids for poor husbandry. So let's assume that the chameleon is very hydrated. You put the rocks in just to be safe. As much as I do not do that, I do not put rocks on top of soil. In fact, I put entire floors made of soil, and my panther chameleon goes and hunts through the leaves. So I am sure he's ingesting soil. I don't worry about it, and I've not had a problem with it. The point is, I'm confident in my hydration. I have those checks and balances. I look at the poop. Okay, is it moist? What's their behavior? And I do all that kind of stuff. But this is what I say. Whenever somebody comes up and they want to bake their branches, they want to bleach their branches, they want to be extra, extra, extra safe. And I look and I say, yeah, I don't do any of that. Never had a problem. But I also say, if that's what makes you feel confident, do it. It's not going to hurt the chameleon to have rocks, smooth stones on top of plant dirt. It's if you're worried about impaction, because all the people in your social media group are worried about impaction, then put the rocks on. It's not going to hurt the chameleon. And this is something that we in the chameleon community, we need to be at peace with. If somebody is doing something different, if somebody is doing something we don't think they have to, we need to ask ourselves, is it hurting the chameleon? If they bake their branches because they're worried about some boogeyman in the forest, is it hurting the chameleons? Even if we think it's ridiculous, no, it's not hurting the chameleons. And so let's put our effort somewhere else. Okay. And putting river rocks and stuff on top of plants to make sure that the chameleon doesn't get impaction because they've eaten too much dirt. I mean, okay. It's okay. So let them do it. Encourage. I mean, they're being extra safe. I mean, you can't fault somebody for being extra safe. Just because Bill is a maverick out there and just throwing caution to the wind doesn't mean the rest of the world has to do it that way. And I'm okay with that. So you're saying, is it a myth? I mean, it can happen. It can happen if you have a chameleon that is dehydrated or gets too much dirt or whatever. But is it necessary? I can only share with you my experiences and the fact that I have so many bioactive cages that make the chameleons even healthier. I don't have a problem with impaction. So you can take all that and put it in the salad and decide what you're going to do with it. My question follows the existence of bioactive enclosures. Okay, so I think you've got your answer on that, and you can just think about it. And like I said, there's a lot of opinions out there. It's worth it to listen to everybody and say, well, no, okay. Let me say that it's not worth listening to everybody. Just decide who you trust and who you say, okay, yeah, this person knows what they're talking about. And take those opinions. But you will see that a lot of the more advanced keepers are keeping their chameleons on natural soil. So that in itself can be a clue to answer your question. All right, let's check to see what's going on the YouTube here. Hey, Nick found 2 Kaluma Butgeri eggs. Hey, that's awesome. So Lisa says, when Gizmo was young, he ate dirt on purpose. Yes, that is called geophagia. And that is generally, we think it's because they're not getting something in the diet. But when you got a panther is being hyped up on Repashy Calcium Plus, you got to wonder just what exactly could they be missing out of their diet? But that's a good question. What are they missing out of their diet? Why does it drive them to do that? And I can tell you, we don't have a good answer that applies to every situation. So that is why I want all of you who are wondering what to do with your life to go get a biology degree and work for Dr. Chris Anderson at the University of South Dakota and be a chameleon scientist like he is and his lab is. So there you go. That's what you guys should do with your life if you're wondering what to do with your life. Let's see. Female chameleons dig holes for their eggs with their head down. Aurora's head is caked with dirt when she comes up. I imagine she gets some dirt in her mouth. Don't know, but they certainly do have a relationship with the dirt. So James Cross says, little girl bifidus just gave me a poop. One earlier from Cyrano. You know what? You see us chameleon people, we're very happy when we find poop. This is what this is what's in your future. If you're just starting out and you're wondering why they keep talking about poop. Well, very soon we're going to be looking at the 3 poops that I found. Oh boy. All right, let me go. I'm getting through all of the chats and then we are. Wait, is he hiring intro? I don't know. You'll have to talk to Dr. Chris Anderson. So, Sunset Chameleons. Man, I just joined. I'm glad I caught this. Oh, you just joined right in time to hear us talking about poop. Well, yeah. Doesn't get better than that now, does it? You can't go to any other show and get this kind of content, can you? At least not things that haven't been demonetized on YouTube. So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to fill up my bottle of sodium nitrate. And let's see. Coco isn't the best drinker. He's still learning. We spray, have a dripper, occasionally put ice cubes on top of the enclosure, drip down. Any tips? Why do you think he's not the best drinker? Is it because you don't see him drinking, or because you look at his poop and it is dry? If you look at his poop and it's dry, that's a problem. If it's not dry, then he is drinking, just not when you're looking. Now, you could start fogging at night and let him hydrate overnight. Ooh, there's something. You could try that. Let me tell you, it's all the rage. That's what the new kids are doing these days. Them and their foggers. Tell you. You see James out there with his trendy threads, his kicks, sunglasses, being cool with his fogger. Going, man, young kids these days. All right. Let's see. May have missed it, but Bifidus roll call. How's everybody's? Well, Nick, most people are actually getting their Bifidus after. I just got mine. James has his, but most people I'm hearing, are getting their Bifidus after the Utah trip. So half of the people are going to be getting it later. And Dr. Greek. What do you know of Dr. Greek? That's my vet. He's freaking awesome. He's a chameleon vet. Oh my goodness, he is so awesome. Okay, let's go ahead. It's about time I figured out, got working on this. So now while I'm doing this, I'm going to be sharing and giving you a blow-by-blow. You can I'm going to kind of let you see what's going on my phone. And in that way, because this is how I look at things. Let me get this out. All right. How do we get this out? Gosh. Siri. Bring up the camera, please.
You'll need to unlock.
Yeah, need to unlock. I don't need no stinking badges. All right, everybody. Let's see. So you can basically see. All right, so let's go ahead. As I do this, I'm not going to be able to see the chat as well as I have before. So please be understanding if I seem a little antisocial. It's not that I'm antisocial. It's just I'm distracted. Oh, more interviews with Chris and or Dr. Greek. I see. Yes. Okay. All right. So I, of course, have these labeled, and I've got to put the label on the slide. So, oh, by the way, everybody, you can see my bookshelf here. This is my little parasite corner. This is my little chameleon corner. We have up here and first, we have some Reptiles magazines. Did you know I did an article for Reptiles magazines on Jackson's chameleons? Well, there it is. And then this is the one sent by my friend Tyler France of the Chameleon Collective. This is the issue that has the article by Jonathan Hill about panther chameleons. And then over here, I have the 2 best parasite books for us reptile people. This one is no longer available. So, unfortunately, this one still can be found. And, of course, if you're interested, I got them. They show up. I have a course on chameleon parasites, and so that one leads you through and has links to these books. And then, of course, I have the Tiny Dragons book. This is the book that I just published about how to take care of hatchling chameleons. And I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't go south on me again. And then this is a book on parasitology, parasitic diseases. This is such an excellent book done by these guys who do the This Week in Parasitology podcast. It's an excellent podcast. And they made this available for free as PDF on their website. So it's something. And the thing is, they present it in a way that you understand. It's like they're the Carl Sagan of parasites. So I love scientists like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this. B2. That's my female. No, my male. My male. That's my little female. All right. There we go. So it is time. Just checking here. There we go. All right, everybody. Here's where it gets interesting. Go ahead and put any questions in, but I'm going to make it so you can see what I'm doing here. I think you can see. You can see. All right, let's get this. Let's see if you can see just enough to see what I'm doing here. By the way, everybody, I have the Chameleon Academy cup today. The mushroom cup was not to be found. Has Yvette figured out my tricks, and has she hid the cup for herself? We may never know, but I suspect so. Okay. Let's go ahead. So first thing I'm going to do is get a little bit of do a smear. That's where I take a little bit of the fecal matter, and I put it on the slide, and I moisturize it with saline solution, so any flagellated protozoa can swim around. That's what I'm looking for, mainly in the smear. I can see nematode ova, I can see Coccidia oocysts, but this is mainly for seeing the flagellated protozoa, because the float is a better way to see all those other things. Okay. And I know usually people say, Bill, you sure this is a good thing to do on your live? Aren't people going to be bored? And I'll say, no, these are chameleon people. They live for this. They live for this. They would do anything to see this kind of classy stuff. So yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a disaster if I drop this, but so you can see that's kind of like what I'm making this sludge. And what I try to do is get all the solids. I kind of squish the solids so the parasite ova and stuff fall off the solids. And so I get a little bit of a puddle without solids. And that allows me to put a slide on, a cover slip. Yeah. Didn't do a good job getting the solids out on that one. So now I'm going to take the sodium nitrate, and I'm going to, let's see so you can see this. I'm going to fill it up like halfway, and I'm going to agitate it. What we're doing is we're breaking up the poop down there in this sodium nitrate solution. And what's going to happen is the ova of the nematodes, the Coccidia oocysts, and the entamoeba cysts are going to float to the surface. So Johnny B says, love a good poop stream. Well, you know what? You came to the right place, Johnny. You came to the right place. Oh, live on the wild side over here. Yep. Richard Ibison, show me the poop. Yeah, see? Chameleon community. We love this stuff. So if you could do a 5 times 7, that would be something. 5 times 7? What's a 5 times 7? All right. So once it's agitated, I'm going to fill it to the rim and put a slide in. The thing is, it's going to take 10 minutes. We got to let it sit and float for 10 minutes. That's so everything can float up and get stuck on the slide. Okay. Oh, that's going to be a good one. That one's already. It's not going to take much to keep that liquid, that soggy and stuff. I need a puddle. That's what I need, and ideally, I only get liquid, and I don't have any solids because the cover slip is. You want the cover slip to fit flat, and if it's got like solids underneath the cover slip, not only can you like crack your entire cover slip, but it's not going to be easy to see things. Actually, that one looks pretty good. Ooh, I like that one. Start to take pride in how you make your smears. So, don't worry, we're getting to it. We'll get to that excitement that you came here for. We actually want to see parasites, and we should find parasites. So this one, they just came in, so we should find some exciting stuff. All right. Your patience will be rewarded. I can almost guarantee it. Almost. Not fully, but almost. Eliza, anything you need, Bill, you just let me know, and we'll figure out how to get it done. Uh-oh. That's 5 by 7. 5 by 7 what? Oh, a print. You want a print? Oh. Let me tell you a tale of yesteryear where we had actual print photos. You say, what? That's insane. Yes, it is. It was wild back then. All right, one more, and then we can start on the microscope. We'll actually see some stuff. All right. Bill, is that your phone mounted on the microscope lens? Yes, everybody. This is what I love. There's a special mount. It's kind of expensive, like $200-300, but it will allow your iPhone to be put on the microscope. And so this is how I can show you this stuff. This is how I can take pictures with my phone. I can get magnify and such. So it's really worked out nicely. I love it. Oops. This is from my little girl. There's not much down there. And it's not going to come out easily. Have you know this came directly from my finger. I pulled her out of the bag and there's poop on my hand. Half of you are saying, you among all are blessed. The other half are saying, oh man, I'm going to go back to bearded dragons. These people are crazy. Oh, wow. I almost thought I saw a worm in there. Some of these parasitic worms can actually be seen with the visible eye. Like I just took a picture of a bunch of roundworms in a panther chameleon. They were like 5 inches long. So they start off microscopic, but not all of them stay that way. All right. Let's see if I can get away with that. I tell you, the female that I got is such a cutie. She's a young one, but she is so perfect. When our importer got the shipment in, he got a whole lot of real young females, and so he was even kind of being apologetic. And I said, "Are you kidding?" For those of us who are serious about breeding, young females are perfect because they haven't had as much stress in life, and they can grow up and acclimate a lot quicker to our seasons. So yeah, older females, yeah, the benefit, you may get eggs right away, and that's really cool. Yeah, not going to say that's not cool, but the young females will be able to acclimate a lot better. So I'm really happy with this one. Mm-hmm. All right, everybody, almost ready. Almost ready. Yikes. All right, let's do the first one. Get it in there. There we go. All right, I'm going to start at 200 times. So that looks clean, except the thing is that's the top of the microscope slide. I'm not going to see anything. Need to get in. All right. Let's see what we can find. Sometimes I have to play with the light to make sure you don't totally zark everything. There we go. All right, now let's see what we can see. All right, just checking the chat here. Wow, I'm having troubles getting down. Let's get to where the action is. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for, right? Right. Okay, so at 200 times, we're up pretty high. What we're looking for is nematode ova. You guys, don't worry. If you can't see exactly what's going on, yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do some tricks with the camera. I'm gonna see if I can let you see what I am seeing. There we go. All right. So I know that's not the best, but it's not the worst, right? Let's see if I can see it. So at this level, I'm looking for big stuff. And If we were really doing this, when I do these things, I put on music and I just sit there and I just look methodically. We're going to do a little bit more of a cursory search. But since I'm really going to be looking for ova, coccidia, and nematodes in the float, I'm not going to worry about it so much. I'm just going to go ahead right down to about 400 times is good. 700, 800 times. That's where you start really being able to see if there's any of the flagellated protozoa. So what we do is we just put it in focus and just sit and watch. Now I'm seeing a little bit over here. I don't know if you can see it because it's very subtle. So I do see flagellated protozoa in here. Let's see, that's 15 times. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you guys are able to see. So the reason why we do the smear, I don't know if you can see in the middle, there's some movement going on. You may not be able to see, but so we're looking for movement. The thing is, if they die, then they don't move and it's really hard to see them. So this is why we do the fecal smear. So there is some flagellated protozoa. There isn't a whole lot. It's not a horrible amount. So I'm going to put down that this one, I saw flagellated protozoa. The way I do it is an M for metronidazole, but I'm not going to put in an exclamation point by that. And what that means is I like to be really careful when I work with metronidazole because it can be dangerous. So I'm cautious. All right, so this is our second one, our second smear. And at this level, once again, I'm looking for the big ova, but I'm not going to be too, because I'm on a live session, I'm not going to really go in every single millimeter of this, especially because I've got a float coming up where it's better for it. Oh my goodness. Okay, people, this is what's known as I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to go ahead and take a video of this at right about 600 times. Can you guys see all that movement going on? So this is what we call, okay, yeah, this one's going to have to be, really be treated. Mikey Ben says, "Oh, there's a party going on there." Johnny B says, "It's moving." Yep, this is what we're looking for. So this one is moving around enough that I want to treat this one. Okay. All right. That's right. That's why when I put down metronidazole, I have two layers. M is I saw some. M exclamation point is, yeah, we're treating. We are not going to look for any other signs here. Don't need to. All right, so this is my third one. Once again, so you can start seeing those are cricket parts. That's a leg of a cricket, and those are hairs on the leg of the cricket. So you get to know what your chameleon is eating. I think there's like fangs, like the cricket mandibles in there that you see at times, and they look like big fangs. So, okay, let's go ahead and get down to the flagellated protozoa layer. Come on, focus in. It's trying to autofocus, and sometimes it just has trouble doing that. But even though it's not really focusing in easily, you can see movement if it's there. I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing movement. So I'm just going to let that sit for a little while and see if anybody notices anything while I look at the chat. So, do you know what helps that? Bill, do you know what helps that? A Parsons character. What the heck are we talking about? What's the context of that? How did I get ambushed with a Parsons care sheet? But he won't see my text because he's too busy. Nerd. Oh no, I got it, Eliza. And all of your passive aggressiveness has hit me across the side of the face. I tell you. Oh, James says, you probably missed this. I did. I missed you very much. What's the most common parasite you'll find in wild caught? Oh, I have been finding Myria, coccidia, and pinworms. So that's what I've been finding. Let's go ahead and take a look at a float in the time we have left. Okay. So here's where at about 200 times I'm going to be looking for ova. And I'll do it quickly. We don't have to go through all of these, but I'd like you guys to see some coccidia. That should be common enough. Let's go down to coccidia. Okay, now I'm at like 800 level. And this is where I can start seeing coccidia or entamoeba cysts. Why am I not seeing coccidia? Why are these guys not having coccidia? I don't know why I can't get coccidia for you guys. There should be coccidia all over these guys. They come from a coccidia-free zone or something? Come on, we're going to find something for you. Here we go. This one's got to have coccidia. Come on there. All right, I'm going to take a look at the chat and see what craziness you guys have been doing while I've been distracted. I haven't heard the holy Batman phrase in a minute. What? Holy flatulence. Oh, boy. They may be camera shy. Perhaps in the second fecal, they'll come out to party. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess it'll be real. I mean, I'll be happy. It's like when you're a parasite guy, it's always bittersweet when you have a clean animal. I mean, it wasn't long ago that I was complaining about not being able to find parasites anymore. So yeah, if anybody's new here, you're thinking, what the heck what's with these chameleon people? And the answer is, I don't know. I stopped wondering about us. No coccidia. I'm going to have to look at these more carefully. That's the girl that had a lot of protozoa. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find some coccidia for you. Come on, man. Come on, dude. You can do it. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think I did that one, that float very good. I don't know why it didn't. I don't think we're going to see much on this one. Anyway, I'll try them again. Here, I'm gonna bring myself back up here so we can all talk. There's a close up of me. That's what you get. That's what you see if you get too close. All right. Nate says 3 bifidus cages all in place. Now to finalize planches and branches. Heck yeah. Plants and branches. Oh gosh. All right, everybody. We are coming to the end of this adventure. I want to say thank you very much for joining. Why is this so? There we go. All right. I'm going to have to make some decisions tomorrow about when we are going to have the live session from Clint's Reptiles. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it on and I'll leave it on and we can all just have a party together and we'll just have people come by and say hello to everybody on the live. Why not? I've done 6-hour lives before with no problem. 1 out of 4. Angela's going. Angela, good. Thank you for being here. Eliza Ann says, my vote, just leave it on. Oh, I like that idea. Guys, how about this? Let's see, that's mountain time there. 5 mountain time is going to be 4 Pacific time, which will be 7 Eastern time. And I'll just leave it on. And we will have people come by and say hello to everybody that is on the live, and you guys can talk in the chat. I'll come by and make sure I'm answering questions and saying hello to everybody, and you can be there for. I will have a talk. I don't know how long it'll be. I don't know that everybody. I'll read the room and see if everybody wants to hear something or if they're just playing with reptiles all night. And they could be doing that. So Stephanie Payne says, I'll see you soon. Yes, I'm so excited to be able to meet you all the people who are coming in person. We have like 30 some people coming. So it's going to be a pretty good event. So this is wonderful. So, all right, everybody, we have 5 minutes left. So give any last questions. It can be about chameleons. It can be about the community. It can be about Chameleon Academy. In last 10 years, there have been a lot that has gone on in the chameleon community. And I guess I'm kind of I'm a historian at heart. I like marking the passage of time, which is why, oh, by the way, everybody, just so you know, we are going to be, for those of you who are in the virtual campus, people are saying, what's a virtual campus? Okay. I have a private virtual campus, private Chameleon Academy campus that has the parasite course and it has a group of forums. Right now, those are separate. So if you want to buy the parasite course, you are insulated in your own little study group and you can concentrate on parasites. And then there's the general conversation discussions. That's something different. Parasite course is something you buy one time. The forums, the general forums, that's kind of my Patreon. I do have a Patreon, but I like this better because I can invest in this. And so the people who want to support this outreach, instead of going to Patreon, go to the virtual campus because I can give back to you a whole lot more there. The problem with Patreon is it becomes a totally extra outreach for me to really give back more there as thanks for the support. And if you just want to support, you can be at either Patreon or the virtual campus. But at the virtual campus, I can interact with you. We can talk. So those are two separate things right now. Things may change in the future. I'm looking at growing the community and growing what we're doing. Anyway, we are starting a monthly lecture series. If you liked what I did with the bioactive thing about how to set that up, I'm going to be doing that every month in the virtual campus. We have a lecture hall there. And there it's not just me here and people in the chat. Everybody has a camera. And so we can all talk digitally face to face. And so we can have those kind of lectures. We're going to have it at the beginning of every month. And so the first one's going to be September 7th. It's going to be Sunday of every month, September 7th. And just to give you a preview as to what's going on, we're going to be talking about how to set up a nursery for baby chameleons. And this goes in because we now have a group of bifidus, and those breeders may want to take advantage of having dedicated nursery keepers who will take 6, maybe just 6 babies, raise them up individually in luxury, and that way the breeder doesn't have to house 20, 40 babies along with the adults and stuff. So we can have people specializing in breeding, people specializing in raising babies. And that's my idea for small batch breeding. That's what we are doing in the Chameleon Academy. Is we're trying this out. We're going to see if we can do it. I think it's going to be a good thing. And what's the end game here? What's success? Success is just showing what it can, that maybe it can be done. So that's going to be starting in September. So if you're interested in supporting Chameleon Academy financially, go to the virtual campus. You can find it on chameleonacademy.com. It'll link you there. It's $10 a month, and you can be part of our internal conversations, or you can buy the course, but then you're in the course section. And by the way, the lecture hall, you will get that if you purchase the course, or you're doing the monthly membership, you will all be able to do the lecture hall thing. So decide what you'd like to do. And yes, I'm getting it all together, so there is a package deal if that's what you want. Johnny B is saying, what event is going down? Johnny B, we are meeting in person because to celebrate this 10th anniversary, I've been doing this Chameleon Academy outreach for 10 years. And we're going to meet finally at Clint's Reptile Room from Clint Laidlaw of Clint's Reptiles, the YouTube guy. I'm going to be meeting at his reptile room, and a number of us are flying in from all areas. I'm flying in. I wanted a place that was central, so it's not near me. I have to fly in too. But people are flying in from all coasts, and we are going to spend some time together. It starts on a Friday morning. We're all going to go explore a cave. And Saturday morning, there's going to be coffee with James, and it's all going to come together. Saturday evening, 5 to 9 Mountain Time, we are going to have our get together at Clint's Reptiles room, and there's going to be chameleon cookie decorating going on there, and we're going to be playing with all the reptiles. So that's what's going on, Johnny B. James says, I'm rolling out of California at 10 o'clock at night on Thursday. We'll see you there. Lisa says, I want to be a chameleon midwife nanny. It works. Janet Garner, Wild Horses here. She's already done it. She took that. She ran with it. She created her nursery, and she got some veiled chameleons from a friend, and she raised up the babies. And honestly, Lisa, that's what I want to do with my life. So as soon as everything gets established here, and I don't have to build it up, I'm going to be a nursery dude. I'm going to have to come up with a good name for that. Oh, let's see. Opalescent Chameleons has a question. Sounds like it's going to be a real chameleon question. What do you think about not misting completely and just fogging at night in order to prevent them from getting sick from licking the leaves they pooped on? I would say, first of all, be strategic and don't put perching branches over leaves. I would also say that a number of us do fog at night, not to prevent them from licking leaves, but because it works. And so, opalescent chameleons, whether or not why you do it, it has with the licking leaves and stuff, it is a great hydration method. And so I would absolutely encourage you to do it. Now you have to make sure you do it right. And the way you measure whether you're doing it right is looking at the poop. Is it hydrated? So if your chameleon's hydrated, a number of us have hydrated their chameleons 100% and not used any misting. Now, the thing where your reasoning may have a problem is that the fog does eventually, it makes all surfaces wet. And so when the chameleon wakes up in the morning, he may lick leaves if he wasn't totally hydrated at night. So it's not a sure way of of taking care of the situation you're talking about. But that said, I would say, yeah, do it. I fully support fogging. I think it's a great idea. So you could be the chameleon Manny instead of the chameleon nanny. Oh, Marsha Ann says, I hope Clint will be there. There is a good chance. They actually asked what our schedule was. So there's a good chance that he will stop by. But I can't guarantee it because I don't know for sure. So, all right, everybody. It's time. I got to get ready so I can fly out and meet everybody. The next time we will see each other is Saturday from 5 to 9 Mountain Time. I guess I'm doing a live, but Instagram people, go find the YouTube channel Chameleon Academy Live. It'll be on that channel. So, all right, everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you on Saturday, whether in person or live. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for making Tuesdays a real fun time, and we'll see you later. Wait. Lisa says, I can't be a breeder, but I can do that. Like a chameleon grandma, raise them up spoiled and send them out. Exactly, Lisa. I love them when they're in their baby stage. It's like, yeah, everybody else, you keep the adults, you send me the babies. I want to raise them up and I'll send them off to new homes. That just sounds like such a fun thing to do. So yeah, that's exactly what we need, people to do that. So anyway, I'll see you all.